Hello and welcome. After so long, during the COVID-19 stuff, today I'm gonna be talking about the European Union and my personal opinion, and basically as before with the Corsican history stuff, through Wikipedia because I could give you my own opinion, I could describe it myself, but I'm just gonna do like a quick, you know, just making, let's say, a quick summary of everything through Wikipedia. Anyways, that's too long. Okay, the European Union. The European Union, for Europeans, is actually something that you live on a day. You don't really notice on a day-to-day basis, really. You can actually notice it a lot when you're going to travel because you don't really need a visa and you don't really need to get married to actually move into that country because we have a deal of free movement, and I'll talk about the Schengen later on. And anyways, the European Union is something I really love, really. And anyways, it's a political and economic union of 27 member states, even though I think it was 28, but a good old Britain left. And it's actually a very big supranational entity in a sense, non-national entity. It covers a lot of land, as you can see, 4 million. It's double the size of Greenland, so it's alright. But Greenland left, if anyone knows. Anyways, and it's an estimated population of about 450 million. So yeah, it's very big, and it used to be much more. The European Union has developed an internal single market through a standardized system of laws that apply in all member states in those matters. It depends, really. Some countries, 90% of countries have applied most laws. It sort of depends. Anyways, well, members have agreed to act as one. Correct. You could say this is quite a capitalistic ambition of the single market. Basically, it's a complete free market economy, but at the same time, all countries in the world are market economies instead of free markets. But anyways, it's good for everyone, really, in the sense, nobody actually has to. It's not really a protectionist idea in the sense of workers and businessmen having to pay more, really, for exporting products or importing services from I don't know London to France. They don't have to pay extra money or and so on. European Union policies aim to ensure the free movement of people, goods, services, and capital within the internal market. And anyway, enact on legislation in justice, home affairs, and maintain common policies on trade. Blah 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 blah. It's a lot talks about a lot of important things that have to do with everything with the economy. Passport controls have been abolished for travel for the Schengen area, and that's really important. We really have to notice that. And the monetary union was established in 1999, with most nations adopting it. And exactly, Spain is one of them. Portugal, France, Ireland, Germany, the Lowlands, Poland. I am not sure. I know Finland does. I'm not sure if Sweden has it. I know Denmark doesn't. 10 countries in the European Union itself don't have it. I think Croatia does, Slovenia, Austria, and Greece. Obviously, Greece is the big one. Malta, and maybe someone else. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, yeah. Let's switch to the next thing. This is talking about the European Union and European citizenship. Were established with the Maastricht Treaty, very known for the British in the United Kingdom. The Maastricht Treaty, when many people started to hate the European Union after this. And the European Union was established in 1951 because Paris was so goddamn poor that they asked to unite with Britain. They denied it, so France decided in the end to have a treaty with the Germans, Italians, and the Lowlands, and ban that's the existence of the European Coal and Steel Community. And then the European Economic Community, where Britain, I forgot the name of the Conservative Prime Minister between the Labour governments, really wanted to join. He was a really pro-European. The original members were in the six, as I just said: France, the Lowlands, and Italy and Germany. West Germany at the time. The communities and the successes have grown in size by the extension of new member states. And I can tell you the expansions, I think Britain came in later. Came in with Denmark and Ireland. Spain, that was the 9. Then it was Portugal, then it was Greece, sorry. Then it was Greece, then it was Spain, then it was Portugal. And I think after that was Austria. It must be Sweden and Finland. Finland must have joined later. And the later ones have been Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania, Slovenia, Croatia, and the Baltics. The Baltics, I'm not sure when they joined. I used to know this. Anyways, the Treaty of Lisbon was the most important one lately. In 2009. Let's switch, please. That's the European Union, the member states, actually. And then you can't really see the Eurozone. Great, thank you, PowerPoint. Anyways, the Eurozone is actually much larger. I mean, not really much larger. I mean, Montenegro uses it, Kosovo, you can't see them really. Cyprus, I believe, and Andorra, San Marino, basically the very micro states, the really tiny ones that nobody really cares about. Now let's talk about the important things, the Schengen area. The Schengen area is basically the free movement, where you can easily move from one country to another without having any problems. And one of them, the big ones, are most of continental Europe, in the European Union, I mean. Then Ireland and Britain used to have its own free movement agreement, but it wasn't really in Schengen. So, but important thing is that countries outside of the European Union are in the Schengen are Norway, Iceland, Switzerland, and I think you can see Liechtenstein, Andorra, Monaco, and San Marino. The very tiny ones that aren't really part of the EU, but they're so tiny they kind of function part of it. And then you have countries like Bulgaria, Croatia, Romania, and Cyprus that are not part of it. Okay, then here's the parliament, where basically everyone has the right to vote in the European Union, but let's just say not many people vote, to be fair. I mean, for example, the countries that have the highest percentage of voting is obviously Belgium, because it's obligatory to vote, and countries like Spain, where they love much more the European Union, and not many others. It's quite low, to be fair. It's always been around the 50%, and that's all really bad, because Britain only less than a third used to vote, and in Portugal about 20% votes. So it's quite bad. If you see all of this, technically legitimacy is quite low in the sense of voting, and it's a bit of a shame. Anyways, the people have technically the vote to vote for their MEPs, and it's every 5 years. And then they can also vote for the heads of state in the country or prime ministers. It depends. For example, in Spain we vote for the prime minister. It's called president here, because it's the president of the government. It's not president of the country. That people get confused there. Anyways. And they participate in the Council of the European Union, where they also need to agree with the other members, other states, to agree on stuff. And the European Court of Justice is appointed by the leaders of those countries, and the European Central Bank, etc. The European Council, heads of state of government, and the European Commission, executive guardians of the treaties. So, and they also participate with the European Parliament, the European Court of Auditors, and need the consent of both organs, obviously. But the people have a choice on what's going to happen in the European Union. But the heads of state of the countries also have a vote on what happens. That's how it goes. Anyways, next. And the future of the European Union. Well, personally, I am a staunch pro-European. I'm a federalist. I really do love the idea of the European Union. I am a socialist. That does mean this European single market, I don't really mind it because I am a social democrat in the sense of I am quite in favour of capitalism, but I also want to defend the rights of the workers, the people, because I just find it a sensible ideology in the sense that everyone should get their fair share, if you know what I mean. So, anyways, and I'm really open to new countries. I really want the investment into. I really love the European Union to invest into the poorer countries, like Bulgaria, Poland, Romania, Hungary. Well, Hungary's going it Orban, democracy. Anyways, and they could return those investments over time. That's the idea. Anyways, that's my idea. And then after that happens, and after the European Union prospers in itself, then they could invest elsewhere and get those investments back. It's a very long-term proposition, but anyways, proposition. Anyways, and the future looks a bit vague at the moment. With the UK leaving, it's a bit of a problem, and especially after the COVID-19, it's really affecting Eurosceptic. It's like it's making them gain lots of ground, especially in the south of Europe where I'm living in, and I'm really noticing the effects of Euroscepticism. Because we have the silly north, who really is a bit full of themselves some of the time. I mean, I understand you don't want to, but eventually you will get that money back, and with more money. I mean, what do you expect? But anyways, I really do think one day countries like Norway, Iceland, Switzerland, Britain will come back eventually. I know it will. Serbia, Bosnia, Montenegro, Kosovo, Albania, Turkey even. I do want Turkey to join, but with the current government, I think it's impossible. And I would like Ukraine and Belarus to join, even though Belarus is a lost cause to Russia. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.